Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay and welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's live event. This is part 2 of our weekly Wednesday live event, and the first part was filmed just a second ago over on our Facebook page, and now we're here with you on YouTube. And I'm so excited to show you what we have been doing. We've been using our black markers, and I am finishing up covering the second half of this coloring page that we've been working on over on Facebook, and it's so satisfying. A little squeaky, but very satisfying. So I thought I would just show you. The idea is you can take a white normal coloring page and cover it with a dark marker. In this case I'm using a black marker, but you could use a dark gray, even a gray that is, say, like some of these grays are that you get are like basic gray, and some grays are warm gray. I even have some sets that have like a blue gray or a green gray. Any really dark marker I think would work for this. If you've got a coloring page where you know you're going to be using a lot of green tones or blue tones, it might be fun to try a dark gray that has an undertone of one of those colors, because it would give a lot of cohesive feeling to the entire page. So, but for this one I'm using just straight up black and covering the whole page with that black. And what's really cool is that the line art still shows through that black ink and gives us an opportunity to do a different kind of coloring, which is what we were experimenting with over here during the first hour of the YouTube event. Well, the live event, because the first hour was over on Facebook. Now, Steve, is it still color corrected like we did with Facebook?
I think so.
Okay. I just wondered if they can still see. I started adding with my white Prismacolor pencil some cool little scrolling and circle little details and stuff, and oh, I just think it's turning out so good. And the next thing I want to do with you guys is start using my beautiful gel pens on here and show you how awesome it looks with the gel pens. So I'm not going to bother with continuing to cover this entire thing with the black ink, because I think you get the general idea. But general tips with coloring a large area with alcohol marker: remember to go slow. You will get a little streaking, but the slower you go, the less streaking you will get. You can also, after you're done with the first layer of ink, go back and do a second layer of ink nice and slow like this, and that will take away a lot of the streaking and just sort of lay in an even denser amount of ink. And if you don't like the streaks, that's how you get rid of the streaks. I don't really care about the streaks for what we're doing today, and sometimes the streaks can add interest, and also the more you color on top of the black ink, the less you're going to see the streaks, so keep that in mind as well. So also don't forget to lay down something underneath, because as the marker comes off the edge of the paper, you might get some black ink on whatever is below. Also, sometimes you might get a little bleed through, and you don't want to destroy whatever surface is below your paper. So that's your general tips for covering an entire coloring page with a marker like this one here. I just happen to be using a Winsor & Newton brush marker today, because it has that big beautiful chisel tip like we were saying over on Facebook. Finally, a really good use for these giant chisel tips, and this is the perfect use for a giant chisel tip. Let me show you another way that I've been experimenting with these awesome black, just filling in large areas with black. And then I'm going to be able to go back and color in the line art still, because you can still see the line art. It's so cool. It comes right up through that black ink. So excited about this technique. And then also last night I was playing around in my sketchbook and created this whole page, and I think it turned out so pretty, where I laid down this whole area from here down is all black ink that I laid down. This is a piece of washi tape here, and a second type of washi tape. So here's an idea if you guys are following along with my sketchbook ideas. Here's a really fun idea. A couple pieces of sketch of washi tape, and then flood the rest of your page with some marker, and then start doodling. Here I sort of matched the imagery that was in the washi tape over here into the big field of ink, and had a great time doing that. And these pens that I used here are the awesome Pentel pop pens that I've been featuring here on my channel lately. So I think it turned out really pretty. I'm quite proud of it. Look at it shine in that light. So pretty. So I'm really happy with it. And speaking of the Sparkle Pops, we have some winners to announce.
Yes.
So we'll do that too. Also, I just wanted to say hi to Steve, who's here. Let's say hi to you.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
We got people following us over here from Facebook.
Yep, and we got new people here on YouTube.
Great.
So
welcome everybody. And make sure you guys hit like. And while you're here, make sure you've hit subscribed. And don't forget that bell is really important now. If you hit the bell, there's you can tell it now to notify you sometimes or all the time. There's some different settings there. So make sure on all your favorite channels that you're addressing your bell. Address your bell. I've been addressing all my bells lately because I've noticed I'm not getting notified of some of my most favorite channels.
Yeah.
I'm missing lots of their videos. And you don't want to miss me.
No.
Anyway, I think we should announce a winner unless there's some questions.
Okay, we'll do the winner first, and then there are some nice things people have said.
Aw, good.
Like
so we have two winners.
Yes.
This was from our review that I recently did on the Pentel Sparkle Pops. These gorgeous pens. Oh, Steve's gotten packages.
There we go.
We have two winners. We already announced the winners over on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, you already know if you're the winner.
That's right.
But
if you don't know, we've had a couple people asking who the winners were.
So now we get to tell you?
Yes. So congratulations to Beryl Morago, Beryl Morago.
Woohoo!
And info at Tipperary Lane. Whatever your name is, I doubt it's info at Tipperary Lane.
I hope your parents didn't call you info at Tipperary Lane when you were born.
No, I doubt it.
Congratulations to you too. Yay!
Yep.
So what we'll do is we're going to send off an email to both of you. We have your emails. And both of you get a full set of the Sparkle Pops. And Steve's going to hook you up with some awesome coloring pages. Hot off the press.
That's right.
He says he's even going to give you some different papers. Different kinds of paper to try. We were talking about different kinds of paper just a minute ago. So he's going to hook you up and you can try them out.
Yeah.
So watch for our email if you're the winner. Congratulations, and we'll get these shipped off to you. Now, if you did participate and you didn't win and your heart is broken, don't be brokenhearted because I have more giveaways. I recently recorded a review of the Pentel Solar Pops, and we have a giveaway for that. And I'm going to be doing a full second review. I think this is our second review of the Milky Pops, and we're going to do a giveaway for that. And just now I mentioned we were talking about these pencils, and I have a set of these, I believe, in a box that I want to give away. So we're going to be doing a giveaway for this right away, as if I can find them. I don't want to start a giveaway until I have found the product that I want to give away. So watch for that giveaway really, really soon. So that's 3 giveaways coming up right away. So don't dismay. Just hang in there and wait, and we'll have another giveaway really soon. So thanks for participating, and congratulations to our 2 winners. So yay! So you had let me find it here. Lisa says, hi, it's my first time here. Welcome.
Just started to learn new things in coloring. I'm 70, but Jen's voice is so soothing, and she is so calm. It helps with my stress. Love, Jen.
Oh, thank you for coming, and I'm glad you enjoy our channel. Now I feel like I have to talk all soothingly.
It's nice So lots of people like your voice.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here.
And Jesse says, Jen, I'm grateful to have found you. You've been a huge blessing with answering all my questions. You really inspire me.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I love being able to answer your questions. I don't know, how many years ago did we start this channel?
It was a few years ago, but we got serious about it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's about this month, 2 years ago.
When I first started coloring back, 3 or 4 years ago, and I was trying to find answers to my coloring questions, there weren't very many art YouTubers out there, and the ones that were out there were more fine artists, and they weren't sharing their coloring secrets. And so it was like pulling teeth to try to learn these techniques. And anytime I found someone who was sharing techniques, it was like a revelation. And so it's really brings me a lot of joy to be able to just share everything I know and go out and learn more and share everything I learned with you guys, because I know how hard it was to find someone who would share this stuff. So I'm really happy to be able to share everything I know now with you guys.
And Jack's here with us again. Hi, Jack.
Yay!
Says I'm 76 and learning a new skill.
Fellow male colorer.
Yep.
Male colorist. You need a better title than that.
Well, he's a colorist.
Male colorist, but it sounds like it needs more manliness.
Oh, okay.
We have to work on that. We need a title for the manly colorists in our group.
Yes. So, see if there's anything else. Anyway, yes, they lots of kind comments about you. And,
aww.
Gabriela says, I love Jan. She's so amazing. I'm glad I watched her.
Aww.
She's so sweet.
Aww.
I subscribed the first time I watched her.
Oh, thank you. I sure appreciate all of your support. Just brings so much joy. And we've got, there are days I just are hard days. You guys know that. You guys have hard days too. And there are certain things that bring a lot of joy. And for me, it's you guys. And that gives me a reason to take a shower some days. You guys know that when you're sick or you're stressed or depressed, there are days you just don't want to even take a shower, and you guys are a reason for me to take a shower. How's that for too much information? I don't think so. You guys totally get it. So I'm among friends and you guys understand. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Katara says, best colorist I never knew was a male officer in the Navy. He was happy to proclaim himself a colorist.
Yeah, men are super talented. I think they are all secretly...
Like Joe, he says, this is awesome. I recently found you a few months ago. I can't stop purchasing coloring supplies.
We went again to Michael's yesterday. I keep buying stuff, you guys. It really needs to stop. But we were walking through Michael's and Steve was like, what's this? What's that? And I'm like, we have got to get out of this store because it's Steve too now. He's like, let's buy this, let's buy that.
It's all you.
No, it's not. You're getting just as bad as I am.
Yeah. It's addictive, and I have to admit.
Well, it's so fun. And it's good because it's not like sports cars or things like that are like thousands of dollars. It's like $20 here, $5 here, $10 here. So it's like something you can actually save up a little money for and go buy something pretty. It's not like I said, like high ticket items,
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
true. It's always a little bit at a time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Janelle says, I'm getting my accent on for Gabriela.
Oh yes, did you do the accent? I don't even know.
I can't force myself to say it.
No.
The other way.
You always I just don't even notice you using your accent. You just do it all the time.
Gabriela.
What was that? It doesn't sound right at all. Oh, you're so fun. All right, I really got to use some gel pens. I need to use gel pens. It's a need. I've got my full set of Milky Pops and my full set of Sparkle Pops sitting here ready for us to play with. And I'm still really quite happy with how these color pencils did. But when we start using the Milky Pops, I think they're going to look a little sad next to the Milky Pops. You just wait and see.
Enjoy them while they last, huh?
Yeah. But so let's just appreciate how pretty If all you have is color pencils, you can still do this technique and get some really pretty colors and have fun. It was very satisfying, and it's very pretty, and it's even prettier in person. I'm looking at the monitor and it's not doing it justice. It really isn't. So, but alas and alack, we're about to see something really beautiful here with our Milky Pop pens. Are you ready for some really, really pretties? Let's zoom down, Steve, and make them see the beauty that is the Milky Pops. Oh, I was worried it was frozen there for a second. I looked up and it looked frozen.
Okay.
If anything ever happens with our stream, you guys, just hang in there, because we usually just jump right back on as fast as possible. I'm looking at these tiny little stripes here, and it's just calling for a different color in every stripe, don't you think? Let's do it. I randomly lined them up here, and we're just gonna do a different color in every stripe and see how pretty they look. And just have some colorful fun here. And check it out. Oh, so satisfying. Now, the cool thing about these pens is that they dry brighter than they go on. So you guys get the joy, because I'm focused on getting the line down straight. You get the joy of watching that line get brighter as it dries. Whenever we edit these videos, that's like one of my favorite things, is just sitting back and watching that ink dry and get brighter and brighter. Now, one problem here I'm gonna see right away is keeping those lines, the black lines, looking straight below. We'll see. It might be just fine. Are you watching it get brighter? Are you loving it? Oh, look at that pink. So pretty. These Milky Pop pens are so satisfying. We're also going to try the Moonlight Sakura Jelly Rolls and show you kind of, if that's the ones you have, what you can expect. Plus, I think you guys would like to see, if you're like me, like to see a side-by-side and know if I'm going to invest in one set versus the other, which ones are going to perform better. Oh, it's so satisfying. Look at those stripes, Steve.
Wow.
He just looked up. He's been typing. He just barely looked up.
Wow, those are bright. Somebody was wondering what colored pencils you use, though, so it might be fun to just kind of point out really quick what you did.
Right here, these were the Sargent Art construction paper pencils. These are the ones that I want to give away to someone when I find the set. These are really neat little pencils. Okay, so that was these.
Yeah, and they were only like $8 for that 12-pack.
Yeah. And then up here, these were polychromos.
Yeah.
And over here, these were Prismacolors. We never did try just like Crayola. We probably should have. But I think we would have gotten a very similar payoff. So you can get color, and it's in person a lot brighter than what you're seeing on screen. But this...
Okay, let's see. I'll try to hurry and set the...
Yeah, he's going to try to set the brightness so it looks similar to what we're seeing here.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get it to go a little darker.
If I hold still, he can do it better. That's why I'm not doing anything.
Right there, probably.
Yeah, that looks like...
It's a little bright, but anyway.
It's closer now to what it's looking like in real life.
Oh, that's darker. Anyway, I don't know. It's hard to get it there.
Yeah. We either can correct it for color or we can correct it for brightness. It doesn't seem to want to do both. Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! Okay. Sorry about that. But these Milky Pops are a different creature altogether. Look at the difference. It's like someone turned the lights on down here. That is so amazing. And I've lost track of what pen I'm on. I think I'm on white next. And this is this white pen has been a little problematic for me lately. The flow on the tip hasn't been that great, and I think I need to clean the tip off. Sometimes the tips get, see, yeah, it's messy. See how gunked up that tip is? And sometimes just rubbing off the ink will help, but sometimes it needs like a bath, like a little warm water on it, to really clean off that tip, to get that ball to roll smooth again. So hopefully that will help a little bit. My pen needs a bath, Steve. Okay, oh, that blue. So pretty. Oh, this makes me happy. Now you guys know why I was so excited. Look at that. It's like someone turned the lights on.
Yeah.
So satisfying. Okay, so that's the full range of the Milky Pops on the black.
Wow. It really, it does. It's like you said, like somebody turned the lights on. You would think that it's in different light or something than the colored pencil.
It's like
at
I'm
the top.
cheating or something. Here is, let's bring in a few lines of the jelly rolls. And you can see they do a very similar effect. The difference, of course, is Jelly Roll is a lot more expensive, but they have more colors. I think they have 16 colors, I want to say. So you can get a few different shades that you can't with the Milky Pop.
Let's see, Alice popped in late. She was asking what the black pencils were for. Alice, those are that flower right above where she's coloring right now. Those are the Sargent Art construction paper pencils. They're a pencil made for construction paper or other dark paper. So it still shows up nice. As you can see, they show up really nice. It's kind of an unfair comparison, gel pen.
Yeah, it's like
gel
paint.
pens that are made for black, versus colored pencils.
Yeah.
You can also see on the left flower, those are Prismacolors, and they show up really nice on black. And then on the right side, you'll see another one there. Those are Polychromos, which also show up decent. Although that blue in the middle of that Polychromos one is actually the Sargent Art.
Yeah. So fun. Look at all these colors. And I do think like these darker tones of these Moonlight pens, they still struggle a little bit on the black, but you're still getting a pretty good payoff. Like that purple there in the middle here, that one right there, it struggled a little bit.
Now, let's see, were those just the Milky Pops? You hadn't done the Sparkle Pops yet?
Nope, we haven't even touched those Sparkle Pops that I love.
Somebody was mentioning that they got some Solar Pops and weren't really fond of them. They didn't feel they were as smooth. And then somebody asked about, and I gave a spoiler alert that you were kind of the same way with your Solar Pop.
Oh, this is not a Moonlight. You were in the wrong place. I think I'm going to be doing a live video soon. Maybe that's what I'll do. There's a Moonlight. I need to do a video where I reorganize my storage over here because it's getting a little crazy. And this is just a plain white jelly roll. And I want you to see the difference between the white jelly roll versus the white Milky Pop. I'm going to fill this in right here. Looks pretty good right there. As it dries down, that's when you're going to see the difference though. So let's go ahead and color in right here this little element with the white jelly roll, and then it will color in this white element here with the white Milky Pop, and this tip still isn't behaving. I've been using it too much. And then let's grab the other white that everybody loves. Where are you? Like I said, I need to clean out my... There you are, the Signo. This is the other one that everybody loves so much, the Uniball Signo. I always get asked about what white gel pen to get, and you want to lay them down and let them dry, and then that's when you compare, because these all dry and look a little different as they dry. Okay, so there is all a good spattering of the Milky Pop and the Moonlight pens, so you can see the great payoff you get of a gel pen that is meant to go onto a black paper. If you go into like just a standard, like this is a gel writer glitter pen. Now this isn't fair because this pen isn't meant to go onto black. So like I was saying before, the difference here is that this ink is almost translucent base, right? It's just sort of a tinted ink. So the black paper is coming up through the color of the black, and you end up sort of losing that color. When you move it in the light, we'll see it. There you can see it. But it's not meant to go on black because it's more of a translucent ink.
Yeah, someone was asking about Super Doodles. I think Polly was asking what you think of them.
Super Doodle is an awesome gel pen. Those aren't meant for going on black paper either. They're more like the gel writer pens, beautiful on white. They do awesome on white paper, but they're not like, you won't have a payoff like this if you're looking for it to go onto black paper. Now these pens over here are the ones that I recently did the review of, and we just gave away to the sets of. These ones are also, they have a bit of a transparentness to them, but the cool thing about them is they have those undertones in them that when they go onto the black, those undertones come up through, right? So let's play with these.
Tanya was curious to see at some point, kind of like, if I'm understanding her correctly, the like gel pen, and then right next to it colored pencil, then gel pen, colored pencil, just to kind of see the contrast.
Yeah. Look at that. See how much better it's doing than, say, just a pink. Let me grab just any old. This is a gel writer. Come on.
And then I think someone had asked about how to get gels flowing like that, like happening
I just
right now.
showed you. Okay, that's again a normal problem. There's a ball in the tip of this pen, right? And sometimes that ball gets stuck. That's a normal problem. All gel pens have that problem. Some will have it more than others. It's just a normal problem. So the way to re-engage that ball is to break that stuck issue. So you tap firmly on a scratch piece of paper and it will kind of break that seal, and then you scribble, and away it goes again, and then you can get right back into your coloring. Okay, so here's gel writer. Let it dry a bit, and you'll see the difference between the Sparkle Pop as it dries down versus the gel writer. So give it a second to dry here.
Well, that gel writer pink's showing up pretty good.
Yep, but give it a second to dry. It's going to dry a little bit more translucent. And then, of course, the the awesome thing about these Sparkle Pops were the fact that they do 2 different tones. You know, you get the different tones. But
Belinda asked if you store your gel pens point down.
I store mine horizontal. There's 2 schools of thought with storing gel pens. Some people think you should point down. Some think you should do it horizontal. I've chosen to store mine horizontal. It's kind of up to you because I've read both. Like I've gone on to Sakura jelly rolls. Look how gorgeous that gold. I'm going to do some more gold over here. I've gone on to Sakura Jelly Rolls website, and they suggest storing horizontal. At least they did last time I read. That was quite a long time ago now that I think of it. So I'm just going to throw on a whole bunch of ink because you guys have seen these. If you've watched my review, you've seen how these perform. We're not here to really do a whole bunch of, look how these perform kind of coloring here. I just want to throw a bunch on it, and so you can see if you decide to try this in a coloring book, this idea, you can see what your gel pens will do. You see how these are getting more dim? Dim?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The Sparkle Pops they almost dry brighter, where the gel writer goes more translucent. And that's what's so exciting about these Sparkle Pops. I don't know what it is in this ink. It's unusual for a sparkle pen, a glitter pen, to dry brighter. Usually a sparkle pen dries more translucent because of that nature of the translucent ink. I hope that makes sense. And that's just the nature of that kind of ink. That's why this is kind of unique and exciting. That's why I get excited about these. Let's throw a little bit of this. Some people in the review were saying that is not a black pen. They need to call that a red pen.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think the cap end should have been red. Okay, we'll throw some of that in here. I'm getting messier as we go because I'm trying to get through all of these. Okay, you got to see this silver too. This silver does some crazy cool things. We'll come in here. This silver, it feels like you're painting with foil. It literally feels like, you know when you melt, what is it, like solder? Is that what it is? And it melts and it looks like melting silver. That's what this feels like when you're coloring with this ink on black. It feels like you're melting, and it like melting silver. That's what this stuff feels like when it comes out of the tip of your pen. Okay, let's move it in the light.
And just if they haven't heard of the Sparkle Pop, someone asked, they said that purple looks blue.
Yeah, these Sparkle Pops have that quality of, they look like one color on black and a different color on white. So go check out the full review for all the details on these awesome pens. We're just kind of demonstrating how they would look if you did it with this technique on a coloring page. So here, can you see how a standard glitter gel pen, they almost go translucent, and you lose the color. But the Sparkle Pops, they're not losing their color. I just don't get it. What magic, what witchcraft is going on here? We wanted to see metallic too, didn't we? Someone asked if I would show metallic. I'm trying to just grab a random. This is another gel writer. And metallics kind of struggle usually on, especially darker metallics like I grabbed, they'll struggle on dark as well. They catch the light pretty, but they'll struggle on dark. So you want to go for something that has the ability to dry down and still hold their pigment. And that's where the color pencils are great. Here, I'll do a...
Do you have a neon highlight marker?
I do. I'll do a couple. Someone wanted me to do some color pencil mixed in here with the gel pen, so I'm going to throw in a... Thank you. Throw in a little color pencil in here. Show you what that would look like if you did color pencil as the background on there. Okay, you wanted to see neons or highlighters. That's what the word is.
Did you
highlighters.
Try a metallic jelly roll?
No, not yet. I can do that. Okay, highlighters, you're going to be disappointed. And it's because they're water-based. See? Look what they do. They do like weird things. Can they even see that?
Yeah, it's hard to see.
It kind of comes out almost like it's, what's the word? Bleaching the ink. I'm just going to do a little swatch of each of the colors. You're just not going to be happy with this on top of your black marker. One more to swatch, and then I'll move it in the light and you can see what I'm talking about.
Jimmy Lynn says that's actually really pretty to mix the gel pens and colored pencils.
Yeah, see, there's your highlighters. I don't think you're seeing them. They look like shadows, like I made a mistake. In person, you're getting like almost like a watercolor wash type feel. I don't know. It's not a very good payoff. I wouldn't say it's worth much work. Down here is, yeah, I kind of like it too. It feels almost like a chalky type feel mixed in with the metallics. You know, one problem I have with metallics is that sometimes when they catch the light, it's almost too shiny and you almost lose the colors. Do you guys notice that in your coloring? So the mix of the metallic with a little bit of the color pencil is kind of nice because you don't lose all your color when the light hits it. So it's kind of a nice mix. Okay, so that was highlighter on black. Not that satisfying. Maybe someone else can find a better way to make that work.
Gracelyn asked, how do you get started when you're stuck and you don't know what to do with your tools and a bunch of coloring supplies?
One great place to go is our Facebook group. They are an awesome group and they post their finished works there. One word of warning: don't get discouraged by some of them. Those artists there, those colorists are amazing, and they can, if you're a brand new colorist, they can be a little intimidating to see, wow, you know, I'm nowhere near that kind of blending technique, and look how she combined that and did that, and he did this, and I can't do that. I don't even know how to do that. And so don't get intimidated. What I do when I go into places like that and look at art like that, I try to pick one thing and say, wow, I would really love to learn how they did that one element in that coloring page. And then go in and type and say, how did you do that flower on that coloring page? I would love to know, what did you use? Did you use markers? Did you use color pencils? Ask about that one element and say, I want to try that one thing you did there. And people in that group are so generous and so kind. They'll totally tell you, you know, oh, I used Prismacolors and I blended it with Vaseline and it did amazing miracles, and you should go watch this video on this YouTube channel. And they'll tell you, oh, yeah, they're showing Rose.
Yeah.
Is she overshadowing my soliloquy?
Yep.
Anyway, so that's a really great way to get a new inspiration. Or you can say, go into the group and say, I just bought a whole new set of Prismacolor pencils. I was so excited to color with them, and now I'm scared to death. What do I do with these pencils? And oh boy, you're going to get a flood of great ideas, and they're going to give you so much inspiration and give you a direction to go. So that would be a great place to start, is hit our group, because they are some of the most generous, kind, patient people. And don't be intimidated. Share like what you think is like a disaster of a coloring page. Share those and get some ideas. They are wonderful people there, and they'll tell you like the great things that you did in even the most disastrous coloring page. They'll tell you the great parts of it. So that's a really great place to begin. So, and then of course watch my channel. Watch every video in my channel. It will inspire you, right? So that's my other advice. So
Beth said, thank you for saying we don't have to be perfect. It's hard to share sometimes.
It is hard to share. I totally agree. And none of my stuff is perfect. But it doesn't matter, because if you're like me, you color to, usually it's to escape something, stress, depression, pain, whatever it is. You color to fulfill that little creative part of you that needs to create. You color because, there's 100 reasons to color, right? So you need to just do it and stop worrying about the perfection. Like I've said in my other videos, embrace your inner 5-year-old or your inner 8-year-old, whatever age you want to embrace. And just color. Just start laying down colors and stop worrying so much about whether that tree bark looks like real bark, and did I blend it correctly, and did I choose the right color. Who cares? Color your tree purple like your 5-year-old niece would color it purple. Who cares? It's all about you and having a really joyful experience. And so do it. Be proud of your things that you're learning, and just enjoy it. And there is no wrong. There's no, there are no mistakes you can't come back from. It always breaks my heart when I hear people that say, oh, I was almost done with the coloring page and I made a mistake and I threw it out. That just breaks my heart. Don't do that. Just keep powering through. And anyway, that's my theory. And then I was watching, have you guys ever watched, there's a YouTube channel, her name is Drawing with Waffles. If you don't follow her, you should. She's illustrator, and she does all kinds of different kinds of illustrations, computer illustrations, and like line art illustrations. She's amazing. She just barely put up a video. I think it's her latest one. Go watch it. And she talks about her fears and feeling like she's not very good at art, and how she's overcoming those feelings. She's amazing. She's so amazing at her art. But there was a quote, and I wrote it down because her quote was so good. She talked about how she feels like art is hard. Like art is so hard for her, but she loves the process. And that's why she sticks with art. And that is exactly how I feel about art. Art is so hard for me. I don't feel like it comes easy to me. Drawing is hard for me. Coloring is hard for me, but I love the process. I love the feel of the art supplies. I love the look of the art supplies. I love laying down a color. I just love the whole process. And I love all of that so much that it pushes me through the hard parts. And if you feel that way too, and I think a lot of us do, that art isn't easy. Art itself isn't easy, but we love it. We love the way it makes us feel. We love the community. We love the art supplies. We love all things about it. And if you feel that way too, then that's why you're here. That's why you should keep with it, and remember that art is hard, but we love the process, and it makes us feel good, and that's why we keep doing it. So I love that quote. Art is hard, but we love the process, so we keep doing it. So
Julie said a great quote. Perfectionism is the thief of joy.
Yes. Yeah, and I think
it's so true.
I think that goes along with that whole, that it's hard. Art is hard, but the process is wonderful, and it's inspiring, and it feels good. Don't you think coloring feels good? Like when you were coloring, Steve, don't you think it felt good?
Yeah,
like,
it did. I mean, it really did. It was very relaxing, and there's something very
It feels good.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
Rewarding about it.
Coloring is not easy. Nothing about art is easy. I mean, every so often you run into something and you're like, well, that was pretty easy. That was cool. But for the most part, art is hard. But the whole process is just so satisfying. I used the word again. Satisfying.
I think Polly was saying she's not sharing. She feels like it's not worthy of being shared.
Yeah.
The stuff she does.
If I felt that way, this channel wouldn't exist. Not a single one of my coloring pages would ever be published. I'm not kidding here. Oh boy, I almost started crying there. I would never have done any of this if I followed that feeling inside of me, and I think every artist would agree with that. If you talked to any artist, you need to go see that channel, that Drawing with WIFF Waffles. She is talking about exactly the same thing right now, that feeling of unworthiness and am I truly an artist, and should I even be doing this? Do I need to give up? Nothing I do looks right. I mean, and her stuff is spectacular, and like I feel exactly the same way. And I just, at one point I had to just tell myself, in fact I wrote it down, I wrote the phrase down, I am an artist. And I like had to just say to myself, you are an artist, and just start doing it, and just start selling it, and just be it. Like there's no, like, it's not like a doctor where someone puts, gives you a degree and says, okay, you are now a doctor. That's not what an artist is. You get to come to a point in your learning, and then you just tell yourself, you are now an artist. So you could actually do that for yourself right at this moment if you wanted to. Like literally, you could write it down and say, I am an artist. And claim that title for yourself right now if you wanted to. You wouldn't even have to share that with anyone outside of your personal moment right now, and say to yourself, I am an artist, and I'm going to move forward with that. Isn't that empowering and cool? I feel like I'm having a therapy session with everybody. But this is like what I did for myself, and how we moved forward, and how I empowered myself with the ability to say, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do a channel, and I'm going to be brave and say, Steve, let's start a website, and let's do this. And look at where we are now, and the people I get to inspire now. And it's really amazing. I think it's really cool. And I still feel like, am I allowed to say this? I still feel like that. Am I allowed to say I'm an artist? It's still there. I don't know if it'll ever go away, that feeling like, am I worthy? I don't know if that will ever go away, because we're humans and we always doubt ourselves. Isn't that sad? But it is who we are, and so, yeah. But no, I think you are more worthy and better at what you do than what you think. So, I'm not going to cry, because then my makeup will just run down my face and I'll look a mess. But I totally am like, emotional. Okay. And wow, that was a long soliloquy. That was probably like 10 minutes long. So, should we do some more coloring?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to drink something here.
Let's see, which one do you want it on?
Right there. Well, they can watch me
drink Gatorade.
It's not just for the sports people. It's for the chronically ill. If I keep saying it, I will get sponsored. It will happen. See? It's like declaring I'm an artist. I'm going to declare that one of these days I'm going to get sponsored by Gatorade. What is that book where you put it into the universe and it happens?
Yeah. The Secret or something.
The Secret, yeah. Did we lose everybody with my long soliloquy?
No, they totally agree and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
That it's therapeutic. And Jesse says, artists saved my life. And yeah. And like Melena says, the more you do it, the better you get a little at a time.
Art's totally that way. Yeah. I can't wait to see how much better I am in 5 years and look back and Like, isn't that cool that in 5 years we can all look back and we get to decide right now to keep working at this so that in 5 years we can all look back and say, wow, look at how much better I am at this. Like, we get to make that decision right this minute to keep at this so that in 5 years we can look back and be better. Isn't that cool?
You have several people saying, I am an artist.
Yeah. Say that to yourself. Write it down somewhere. You don't have to share that decision with anyone. I didn't share that decision even with Steve. He doesn't know how long before. I didn't say that right. He doesn't know that I wrote that down for myself so far before I shared that with him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that right. But you don't have to share that with anyone. You can write that down right now and like make that decision and then say, you know, I'm going to write that down and decide that right now that I am an artist and I'm going to make this be my thing and just work at it. And then in a year, 2 years, 3 years, I can look back and go, wow, I wrote that down July 18th, 2018, and look at how much better I am now because I decided to find joy in the process and not be afraid of how hard this is. And just do it and just embrace that I love the process. And it's okay that it's hard. Because it is hard. You know, when you try to draw a hand, that is so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. Well, and Janelle said something great. She said, I heard someone the other day say that we can never compare our beginning to someone else's middle.
Oh, yeah. That's another one. Like, when you go watch that Drawing with Waffles lady and see, like, I can't compare myself to what she's doing. That's not fair. But I can compare her journey to my journey and say, wow, you know, I can be like her in 5 years. I can be just, you know, I can do this, you know, and I can struggle just like she's struggling, and that's okay. And I've totally lost track of what we're doing right now. What should we do next, Steve?
So there were some Jelly Roll metallics that we wanted to try to see how they look.
Okay. Let's see. Here's a couple metallics.
Polly was, excuse me, sorry. Polly was sharing that, you know, all her life she was told, even by her mother, that she was never going to amount to anything. That she was worthless, and so it, you know, makes her feel. Obviously, that would make her feel.
Yeah.
Hesitant to share.
That would be really hard to overcome.
Lots of people sharing love with her and supporting her. In that,
yeah,
so.
Polly, you need to come to our group. I've never been in a Facebook group as supportive as our Facebook group. So come to our group, Polly. Mm-hmm. It's really quite a cool group.
I think she is there.
Good. Have you get brave, Polly, and put something up, and even if you get just one like, I bet you're going to get way more than one like. But just put something up, and just the action of starting to share your work is very healthy too, because you'll start to be like, you know what, I just shared that and the world didn't end. People actually gave me some good feedback, and maybe I didn't get 50 likes like someone else in the group, but that's okay. Nobody said that I'm a horrible person, and that's great, and it was a great experience, and yeah, go try it.
Janelle thinks your Gatorade saying needs to be artists or athletes.
Oh, I like that so much better than my chronically ill thing. That's such a negative way of saying that I'm sick. Okay, I'm just laying down a few different colors to see how the metallics roll. These are the Jelly Roll metallic pens here, which I never quite understood why they have their caps the way that they do, because the caps for the Jelly Roll metallics are sparkly. Anybody know why they did that? I don't know why they did that. Okay, let's try this red one too. They're doing pretty good, actually. Better than I thought they would.
Julie says he has to go. She says, "Kiss Rosie for me.
Oh, okay.
Kiss Winnie for us, Julie."
Thanks for joining us.
Cute little dog Winnie. Danny asked, "What about metallic pencils?"
Oh, we just ordered some new metallic pencils too. Did I just give away something? It's usually you, Steve, giving away things. Ooh, that blue is pretty. I'll put just a few pops of that blue in there. Okay, so there's some of the metallic jelly roll, and if I grab any old brand over here, let's see, we should put this up here so you can see me digging for any old brand of metallic. This is, oh, that's a glitter. That's like a Walmart brand glitter. Ah, any of them. Come on. What are you? I don't know what you are. I think this is a Fiskars. A Fiskars metallic. Let's try that one. And see if it compares. How it lays down. There you go. Okay. I feel like we spent so much time talking. We need to do, here's just another gel writer here. These gel writers I think are about 4 years old now.
So maybe in a minute you should kind of, for those that have kind of come in
Oh
later,
yeah,
you
we
can
need to
recap
explain what we're doing.
Yeah, what you're doing.
What is this craziness on here? In fact,
Wow, those are pretty.
why don't you zoom out a little bit so they can see this craziness that is my desk right now. And let's move this in the light. Okay, down here we have the Sakura Jelly Roll Metallics. I threw in just a few other brands so you can see it doesn't matter whether you have a Sakura expensive metallic or not. You're going to get about the same. You know, the Sakura ones are pretty good. They're more, maybe a little more opaque than the other brands. Up here we come into the Milky Pops and the Moonlights, Sakura Moonlights. And right here we've got a mix of the Pentel Sparkles and a background of color pencil as suggested by one of our watchers here. Out here we've got, I think these were the gel writers out here, just to show the difference of why we're so excited about the Pentel Sparkle pens, because there's something different in those Pentel Sparkle pens compared to any of the other sparkles. Even if you grab, this is a Jelly Roll Sparkle pen, and it goes down pretty good, but as it dries you'll see it doesn't dry very opaque. So you'll see.
Well, and just to reiterate, the whole test, you know, why we were doing this was to test tools that are made for black.
Yeah.
For coloring on darker paper,
right.
And so that's why it doesn't mean that those
there's
gel
nothing
writers
wrong
are bad.
with
They're just
these.
not made for it.
Nope, there's nothing wrong with them, but if this is all you have in your stash is some standard gel pens, this is the payoff you can expect. And then if you want to invest in something else, these are the kinds of tools you can look for. These are just standard, well, not standard, but these are like color pencils you might have in your stash. Prismacolors, Polychromos, and then these are the Sargent Art construction paper pencils that are made for going on dark paper right here. And then out here we were testing 3 different kinds of whites, just so you can see. This was the Jelly Roll White, which did really good today actually. This is the Pentel Pop White, and this is the good old Signo White that everybody loves. So, and the whole idea here is that I'm so excited about is that you can take a standard coloring page, color the whole entire page with black marker, an alcohol black marker, and then it becomes this really cool black canvas for you and kind of changes the whole feel of the coloring page, and you get to do some really neat effects.
And if they're wondering what that darker patch is up here, that's just where you...
Yeah, over here I was just doing one layer of black ink, and then up here I was showing if you go over it a second time in the opposite direction, the lay down of the black ink becomes much better and the streaks start to disappear. Same with over here. One layer going one way, a second layer going the other way, you get a better lay down of your black ink.
And I really like how you did that other color page there, if you want to show them that one.
Right here, this is
like if you were to now color those, I think that would look gorgeous.
So instead of coloring the entire page black, here I was just doing elements on the page black, and you can still see the line art coming up through the black. In person it's even easier to see. So I'm going to be able to color each one of these flowers without any problem, but get a totally different feel. Instead of just one big white page, I'll have these dark areas that I can color with some of these really cool tools I have and get a really cool effect and feel.
That's one I would love to see you finish.
Yeah.
Because I love how you used grays as well.
Yeah,
you know, so you're combining your blacks with your grays, making this grayscale page, and then throwing your color on top of that. I think that would look really neat.
We need to get Steve into this chair. He needs...
Somebody asked when we're doing that next. I told him we do have some plans for it, though.
Maybe we should do it next week. I don't know if... yeah, maybe we'll have to do it next week. Here's another one that I played around with. This is in my sketchbook. You guys are always looking for sketchbook ideas. In fact, maybe we need to do this as a sketchbook segment. Maybe we'll do this as a sketchbook segment soon, because this turned out so pretty, I think. Look at that. Bling, 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 bling. So pretty. Okay. What time is it? Oh, we're past our time. We are past our time. So, is there any questions? I'm going to look for my spare set of these, and we're going to do a giveaway of this really soon. And then we'll also have more giveaways coming. So if, so watch for that. I did want to mention this gorgeous ring that I am wearing. My son made this ring. Let me do a zoom in for you. If you're interested in this ring, I'm going to put it up for sale. So send an email off to my husband. This is a one-of-a-kind gorgeous ring he made. So send it off to support@coloringbliss.com if you're interested in it. Isn't it gorgeous? So it's a one-of-a-kind stone, and then he did the setting and everything. Isn't it pretty? And then also the pendant I'm wearing he made too. So he can do one-of-a-kind pieces if you're interested. I'm doing a little plug for my son because I'm awfully proud of him. So he's starting a whole business making jewelry. So if you're interested, aren't they gorgeous? It's so gorgeous. He's doing some amazing things. So make sure you send an email to my husband because, we should show him the earrings he made. Yeah, I'm going to plug him a little bit more. Yeah.
Let's see. Jesse asked if there were any free pages. I don't think I put up any this week, but we'll do that next week. Yeah,
we'll do that next
this
week.
Page is free if you haven't already downloaded it, the Breathe page.
The Breathe page. Look at these pretty earrings he's made. So these earrings are also, this is a pendant that matches the earrings. So yeah, if you're interested in any of this gorgeous silver, this is all beautiful silver, real silver. So yeah, so shameless plug. I'm shameless. I love my son and I'm going to plug his business. So anyway, thanks for joining us, you guys. We have gone over time again. Is there any last minute questions?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. So thanks for joining us. We'll be here again next Wednesday, 6 p.m.
I just realized it was on me.
Oh, sorry. Good thing you didn't do anything embarrassing like scratch your nose or something. We'll be here again next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time on Facebook, and then 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time here on YouTube. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to see if you guys get out your black markers and try this in your coloring books. I want to see. And if you come up with some really cool coloring techniques that we didn't try, or, if you, when you improve on my ideas, because you guys always do improve on my ideas, share it, because I would love to see and learn from what you guys do. So I'd love to see that. So thanks for joining us, you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
It was lots of fun. I feel like it was a therapy session this week, and kind of shared and supported each other. So, are they asking more questions?
Oh, Janelle's asking, is it Carter? No, it's Rylan.
It's actually Rylan.
That's nice to remember Carter's name.
Rylan is he's 20 right now?
Yeah.
20? Yeah. He's my oldest 20-year-old son, and he's starting a full business making jewelry. He started making jewelry in high school and found a passion for it, and now he's turning it into hoping to support a future family and all that with this business. So, and he is uber talented, so it's pretty cool. This is just probably the most plain of the jewelry he's coming up with. So I told him to keep making some neat stuff, and I'll keep showing it off on the channel. So anyway, if you guys have any other questions, let us know. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.